Okay, well, I don't know how clear this is going to be, but hopefully it'll be watchable. Let's see. What I'm going to do first here, show you guys another little way I'm saving a little bit of money. I got a bunch of these nails in a coffee can that are wire collated for like a roofing nailer. Got them at a yard sale, the whole can for like 50 cents. So what I'm going to do is just sit here in this chair for a little while and just snip these things apart. Now most of the time you can just kind of pull them apart, you know, wiggle them a little bit, and you probably want to wear gloves because they're a little spiky. But anyways, just a little kind of tip to save a little bit of money. It does take a little bit of time, but not too bad. People get a little hung up on how much time they spend doing stuff, I think. You know, everybody's so darn busy. Everybody thinks their time is just worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It's, you know, the way I figure it is, it doesn't matter how long something takes. If I'm working for myself, you know, if I'm the one that's getting the benefits from my labor, I don't care how long it takes, because it's for myself. You know, if I was, you know, an employee at some company or whatever. See, that's the thing about working for other people, you know. There are tons and tons and tons of ways to make money on your own without having to work for another person. It just depends on, you know, how little money you can live on comfortably for yourself. We have 3 children, and there's me and my wife, so a household of 5. And we don't have rent to pay or anything like that, but we live on about $800 a month for 5 people. So, you know, it's not real hard to make $800 in a month, especially if you can do a multitude of different things. Anyway, my theory on working for another person is your labor has to be worth X amount of dollars to them. And whatever your labor is worth in dollars to them, they're going to pay you less than that. Because if they're not going to make money off of your labor, then why would they hire you? So with the same amount of labor that you're putting in at that job, if you were to do that job on your own, if it were possible, you would make more money. Obviously, you know, not everybody can, you know, form a steel I-beam or something, you know, if you work at a steel factory or something, but the principle is the same. No matter what your job is, no matter where you work, if you work for another person, they make more money off of your labor than you do, or else they wouldn't hire you. They're not going to break even either. But, you know, so I always figured, you know, I drove a truck over the road for like 3 years. I put in well over 300,000 miles on the road. And it was the worst stupid job I've ever had in my life. Yeah, I made, you know, towards the beginning when I went through training and all that stuff and first started driving solo, I was only making, you know, $400 or $500 a week, which is a pretty good living for around here. That's not bad. Factory workers, you know, only make about $375 to $400 so a week. But, you know, as I gained experience and worked for better and better companies, there towards the end, when I had 2 years of experience under my belt, I was able to get hired on to a guy that was basically an owner-operator. He had, you know, just 3 or 4 trucks or whatever, and We were on paper logs and everything, so I could make quite a bit of money. You know, I could run 3,000 or 4,000 miles a week, no problem. And at, you know, 36 cents a mile, you know, that's not too bad. So I made, you know, sometimes I made between $1,100 to $1,400 a week. And for around here, that's just insane. That's an insane amount of money. You know, you could rub elbows with the best of them around here for that kind of money, but it just wasn't worth it to me. I was gone all the time, and I only spent, you know, probably about 3 full days a month at home and everything, so it wasn't the ideal situation. And my wife and I's relationship was strained and everything, and it was insane. I felt like, what, you know, why am I doing all this? You know, I'm not even home to enjoy any of the dadgum things I'm paying for. And you know, I'd keep $200 a week for myself to live on the road and send $800 or $900 home every single week, and it just irritated me a little bit. I know it sounds kind of selfish, but you know, I'm just trying to be honest. And so we decided, you know what, the heck with this. You know, I'm gonna hang it up. I've still kept my CDL, but I'm not going to drive over the road ever again. And we just decided, whatever happens, happens. We threw caution to the wind, and we said, we don't have a plan, but anything has got to be better than this. So I quit on the spot. I came home, and within about, I'd say, a week to 10 days, we had devised this, you know, whole thing about going to consignment auctions and real estate auctions and things like that, and just buying up bulk stuff. Normally at the end of an auction, they'll have like still tables full of like little trinkety stuff and junk and all kinds of stuff, you know, big boxes full of wrenches or old rusted wrenches and whatnot. And they'll sell it as a cleanup. They'll sell, you know, a whole pickup truck bed full of, you know, just random stuff. Anything from stuffed animals to wrenches to, you know, glassware, just anything. And you could buy a whole cleanup like that and to fill a truck bed for like $5, because nobody wants to sort through all that crap. And out of that $5, once we resell it, that $5 turns into about, I'd say, between 80 to 100, you know. And there's several auctions every week. There's different auction houses, and we might sometimes drive up to 50 or 60 miles to go to one. But you know, if we wanted to, we could probably find an auction to go to at least 3 or 4 days a week. So that 3 or 4 days a week, you know, with a profit of about $80 on average, you know, that's $300 or $400 a week right there. That's not a big deal. But you know, you're not going to sell all that all at once, but you eventually will, and it turns out to be worth it anyway. So we just kind of dove into self-employment head first without even having a plan. And you know, we just figured, you know, whatever happens has just, you know, got to be better than this crap. You know, me being gone all the time and all that. And my wife having to take care of the 3 kids by herself and go grocery shopping with 3 kids by herself and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, I'll stop jibber jabbering. I just thought I'd maybe encourage some of you to strike out on your own if it's, you know, feasible to, or if you just got the, you know, the cojones to just jump into it without having a plan. I know it's scary, and I probably wouldn't do that now, but that was like, you know, man, I don't know, 3 years ago, probably 2 or 3 years ago. And it doesn't sound like that long ago, but I turned 30 last August. I'll be 31 this year. And once I hit that 30 mark, man, my whole attitude and point of view kind of did a 180 there, from wanting to, you know, get the best stuff, the most recent electronic equipment, and, you know, all kinds of this, to, okay, I'm tired of this crap, let's go live like pioneers, you know. And so anyways, we grow as we get older, we learn. Well, I think that's enough nails to get started.